50 years ago, on the 11th of February 1966, District 6 was declared a white group area. Over 60,000 people were relocated. A way of life was destroyed. Now plans are in place for the next phase of the redevelopment of the area. And our reporter, Vanessa Puna, is there. She's in District 6. Vanessa, a very, very good morning to you. What are the plans in that area?
Leanne, a very good morning to you too. The plans for the next phase of District 6, which is the third phase of the redevelopment of this area, will see 108 units being built over the next a couple of months. But joining me to speak about phase 3 and telling us exactly what is expected to happen is joining me this morning Deputy Minister for Rural Development and Land Affairs, and that is Mr. Mcebisi Skwatsh. Good morning to you, Mr. Skwatsh. Just in terms of District 6, it's an area we've seen over the past 15 years or so beset by delays with the redevelopment of this area. Can you just talk to us about what exactly phase 3 will entail and by which timelines or timeframes we can expect this?
Thank you very much. Good morning, ma'am. Good morning to your viewers at home. District 6, firstly, I must say that it's the 50th commemoration of the destruction of this place by the apartheid system. And so today we are excited that tomorrow we'll be celebrating not only District 6, but in fact the resilience of the people of District 6, in spite of the apartheid laws, but their resilience and their will and desire to return to the places where they were forcibly removed. It has not been an easy process. It's been an emotional process. It is a process that has been very, very complex. We are now entering the third phase, as you say, which will see the construction of these new houses. But you see, we're not only building houses, there will also be business complexes in the place. And the theme really and the gist of the matter is we are returning people to where they were forcibly removed. And we want them to enjoy South Africa in its diversity. And so this is what we are about. The process is a complex one, but the desire and the will is there to do the right thing.
You do say that the process is a complex one. Now, we know that initially over 2,600 units were planned for this area. Over the past 15 years, there have been many delays, and one of those delays is the completion of this beneficiary list. How far is that process? I know that only 139 units have been built in phase 1 and phase 2, but what are the issues with regards to the finalization of this beneficiary list? Who will be coming back to District 6?
Look, as the Act indicates, people who are making claims have to be verified. And that's a very, very involved process. That particular process, because as we complete that process, when we reach the stage of settlement and finalization, we always want to make sure as a department that we're actually giving back places to their correct beneficiaries. And so that process of verification is a complex one. It is a process that I must say to you that we also regard that it has been very, very slow. And there are many factors to that. Sometimes claimants themselves, there's conflict among claimants, there's a trust, there's a reference group, and people of whatever nature, you know, to get involved in conflictual situations in this place. But the intention of the democratic government and our department in particular is to make sure that definitely the people of District 6 who are supposed to benefit do benefit. That process of a list is being verified, not only here and in many other places, but also there's when the development becomes very attractive, beneficiaries themselves then begin to compete about who should go where. So it is a complex, but what we are doing is to make sure that the people of District 6 in their totality are the exact beneficiaries, so that we put to rest decades of unjust discriminatory laws.
Minister, you talk about this decades of unjust discriminatory laws, and we also know that some of the beneficiaries are now getting on in years, with some over 80, some into their 90s. Will they see in their lifetimes a return to their home, to this colourful place, this fabric of society that was torn from them?
Yes. The intention is to make sure that people do return, you know. Unfortunately, some people who ought to have returned probably are no more even now as we speak, you know. But the intention is to make sure that people do return so that a lasting legacy does prevail here. If we are able to make sure that everybody does return in good time, so be it. But the intention is to make sure that people do return to their respective areas. It was a historic day when Mcebisi came here for the first time. I'm also proud that one of my neighbors from Kukuletu left Kukuletu to come and stay where he originally came from. So the intention is to make sure, but we do not want shortcuts. We want to make sure that we create a legacy of a vibrant community that was there before, but even a legacy of a community that would be able to benefit the fruits of their labor, the fruits of their sacrifice.
Now, we know that 108 units are planned for Phase 3, Minister. Could you give us timeframes as to how soon we can see the completion of at least a section of Stage 3?
Look, I'm sure you've been able, inspecting the place, to see the bulldozers are now back. There's excitement that everything is being. In relation to the time frames, I can say to you, I'm sure in the next 2 financial years there can be completion of a particular phase, so that people can be able to start doing their work and coming back to the areas, and they themselves getting together as a united family of District 6.
Thank you very much, Minister Mcebisi Skwatsh, talking to us, Leanne, about what will be happening here at District 6 with the third phase of redevelopment after this area was declared a whites-only area some 50 years ago tomorrow, seeing over 60,000 people forcibly removed. A blight on society is what it's been named, and one of the highlights of what exactly the apartheid system did to people of colour, being removed from practically the City Bowl area, Leanne, to areas as far afield on the Cape Flats, such as the Nova Park and Mitchell's Plain. But tomorrow marking the 50th day of that unjust law, and we've just heard from Minister Skwatsh that plans are afoot now for the completion of 108 new units to join the existing 139 units, residential units, as well as commercial units being built or planned for Phase 3 of development, of the redevelopment of District 6 here in Cape Town.
Health Talk, your show on health practice.
The people being empowered with knowledge so that they can change their behavior and reduce their risk of being sick.
How serious is stress at work?
If we don't address workplace stress, that negative stress, then it can lead to burnout and it can lead to depression.
How does absentees affect companies?
The one that's really problematic for employers is the one that is unscheduled.
How can companies organize their wellness program?
Health promotion mustn't just be a one-size-fits-all type of approach. It must be customized based on understanding of the unique needs of that particular organization.
For health tips that will help you to adopt healthy living with Dr. Sillo Mutawung on Health Talk every Saturday.
Looking for social issues?
It is not our intention to give condoms to 10-year-old children.
We're here to assist you. Looking for religious issues?
The point is not for the church to try and prove whether this is the fact.
So we want accountability. Is there a system of governance in your churches?
Political issues.
Barack Obama said Africa should stop looking to the outside for salvation and focus on someone else being at fault for the problems of the continent.
Economic issues.
The young mothers, single mothers, that's buying property now.
Or just looking to air your views.
Here are some of your views on social media.
Look no further, as Newsroom has all the informative information you need. Weekdays at 9 a.m. only on the SABC